Good day, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So, today we're going to be discussing One Piece, and today's chapter is titled So and So. I think the unofficial had a better name, but yeah, One Piece chapter 1024 titled So and So. So, of course, spoiler warning before we start. So, initially, the first few pages of the chapter is basically a kind of a recap, but uh, a recap in the form of it's given an update. So what we get basically is Usopp on an alligator or crocodile smile user whose whole body is human, but his head is like a whole crocodile or alligator, and he's walking through the second floor where Big Mom is fighting with Kid and Law, but he's saying that he's the one knocking out everyone using Conqueror's haki basically, but it is Big Mom's haki knocking out everyone. Um, so we get that, and he's calling himself the sibling hunter and saying that he took out both Ulti and Page One, and he's kind of scaring the weaker members of Kaido's crew. And this is now where we get the kind of recap or follow up, I guess, to what has been happening to everyone. So we see Nami and Spee and Tama behind Usopp basically hiding. And they're wondering what's going on, where is Luffy? So she calls Frankie, and this is where we get the kind of update on Frankie. So we see Frankie and Law's crew on the right tower of the brain, or the skull dome, that is. The right brain tower of the skull dome, sorry. These names are just, yeah. But Frankie and Law's crew is there, and they're holding off soldiers from getting to the life core, where Sanji and Zoro are fighting, and basically, Law's crew is like, don't give us orders, we're equals in this alliance. So that's kind of like a follow-up and recap of Frankie's situation there. We know he defeated one of the Tobiroko, and now this is what he's doing. We then cut to the third floor, where we see all the fire is spreading from Black Maria's attack. And we see Brook is carrying Robin through the fire, and basically he's saying that he had to get Robin out of there because of the fire, and Robin asked him how the battle is going, and of course he said everything is pure chaos. So again, this is a follow-up and a recap as to what happened on that floor. So we know Black Maria was defeated. And now these follow-ups kind of show you that the Tobiroko was defeated for good, because we expected them to get back up, but now we know for sure that they're done for. So Brook and Brook and Robin out there escaping the fire. And we see Brook actually radioed Jinbei on the Den Mushi, because it seems all of the Straw Hats have these Den Mushis. And he rings Jinbei and tells him the whole floor is on fire, to try to get away as quick as possible. And Jinbei says, well, that's bad news, but who's holding back Kaido then? And this is also something that was mentioned between Nami and Frankie as well. They wanted to know where Momo was, where Luffy is, what's taking Kaido so long. So everyone is curious why Kaido isn't back down here yet. So yeah. Now we see Kawamatsu, and he's also there trying to protect basically Zoro and Sanji and stop everyone from interfering in their fights. So yeah, we then cut now to the important part of the chapter, in my opinion. And this is, we see on top of the skull dome, now we see Yamato and Kaido fighting, and Yamato uses an attack called Narikabura Arrow. I think it was a different name in the unofficial. And Kaido blocks it, or tanks it seems. Or deflects it with his hand. One out of the two, because it's very hard to tell in the panel. And then he fires back with Vadra's arrow, which is, I guess, a stronger version of Yamato's attack. And she tries to block it, but she ends up being knocked back when she blocks it. It flips her over into the air and into a wall behind her and the rubble. And she's very good songstone. She's getting out of the rubble now, breathing heavily, and she's like, you've always intended to kill me. So she's asking, well, not asking, but telling Kaido, you want to buy me a daughter, you always wanted to kill me. And Kaido's like, well, yeah, that's right. This isn't a family squabble. Um, if you want to wear the name of Odin, you have to be ready for war. Um, this isn't a game. You want to be Odin, and basically, I don't like Odin, so Uh, but Yamato's retort to that is it a crime to admire someone? And she proclaims that she loves Odin. So she admires Odin, she wants to be like Odin. And this is where we get the typical Sag Straw Hat flashback. So maybe more confirmation that Yamato is going to be a Straw Hat. Maybe, I don't know. But we flash back to when Yamato was a baby now, or not a baby, probably around 6 to 8 years. And we see the dragon that is destroyed on the gate still then. And we see Kaido, and basically it's been said that Demon Princess or Ogre Princess is what they call the Yamato, has been on a rampage. And Kaido goes to see her and she says, undo my chains, but we see she's a bit beaten up. She has a bump over her eye. And she tells Kaido, I am Odin, I am Odin. And then Kaido looks down on the ground and we see something unique. That is, we see his men on the floor with foam coming from their mouth. And Kaido says, tell me, Yamato, did you do this? And she's like, no, I didn't do anything. I was just here. And the men fell over and I'm hungry and I'm about to starve to death. So give me some food, kind of like Luffy. And Kaido says something interesting. He was like, Conqueror's haki, eh? That's a good sign. But Yamato, if you want to call yourself Odin, well, die. And Yamato is like, aww. So yeah, something interesting. In these flashbacks, Kaido looks pretty skinny. Not as bulked up as he was or is currently. He looks pretty slim and tall, kind of like Katakuri. But yeah, we then see he locks or carries Yamato to a cave and locks her in a cave. And the men are like, oh, you're gonna lock the poor kid in there, she really will die. But he throws her in a cave and she's like, no, don't leave me in the dark. And when he throws her in the cave, he says, he basically drops a message and he's like, this message goes for these swordsmen in here because we see 3 silhouettes. And he's like, if you agree to join my army, I'll let you go. Just scream through the holes in the ceiling and I'll hear you. He then looks at them and says, y'all are probably pretty hungry, so we'll leave a meal for one. And we'll leave some weapons with the intention that they'll kill each other for the meal. And only like one person will survive. And then he leaves, but while he's leaving, Yamato says, I am Odin, but I'm also the son of Kaido, his killer. So these samurai don't like me, they'll probably kill me. And he proceeds to leave, and then we see the 3 silhouettes of these samurai. But in doing so, we then see one of the samurai gets up and he puts the food to Yamato and tells her to eat. And he says a samurai doesn't feel hunger. And Yamato begins to cry and she's, but I'm hungry, and she begins to eat. She thanks the samurai for this and says she'll never forget this food. And the samurai said, basically the samurai are like, do you think, well, she asked the samurai, do you think I can become a samurai as well? And one of the samurai pulls out what seems to be a black blade and cuts his chains. And he tells Yamato that you are Kazuki Odin, are you not? I heard you say that man was beloved by all of us, but basically he's saying you've been born into kind of like a messed up family situation. And so yeah, but Yamato asks what is his name, and he says I am a samurai who's fallen. So a fallen samurai doesn't have a name, so call me so and so, reference to the name of the chapter. And this is where it gets even more interesting because Yamato pulls out Odin's logbook and she's like, I want to read this, but the words are too hard. So I guess this is where they teach her to read. And she falls asleep, but we hear the samurai saying, basically, they won't be able to see this big battle in 20 years that Odin's book spoke about. We still don't know what the actual battle is. But Yamato falls asleep and in her mind, I guess when her dream she's talking that, and when the time comes to fight, she'll be on the side of Wano, and by then she'll have been to see and she'll be much stronger. And then we get the revelation of, I guess, the samurai's true strength, because one takes off his cloak, or not his cloak, but his top piece, and we see a certain tattoo on his back. We'll talk about these things at the end. And he says, that in the future battle, it warms their heart that Yamato would be on their side. And again, it's too long for them to wait because they're old. And they destroy the boulder, I guess, that was blocking the entrance. And they go out. I'm guessing they were killed by Kaido after, but Yamato says that her father would kill them, so I'm guessing that's what happened. And then we see the soldiers reporting to Kaido that they broke out. Then we cut back to present. And Yamato says she's not alone. She has people that believe in her, people who believe in her, people who accept her. Why is Kaido trying to steal her freedom, to steal Wano's freedom? And Kaido just says because life isn't a series of simple yes or no questions with simple questions with simple answers. And he calls her naive. And this is where it is pretty cool that both of them clash using Thunder Bagua. But when they clash, it's the kind of clash we've seen before with nobody's touching and we see lightning sparks flying. And the chapter ends there and we have no break next week. So that is good. So we have no break next week. So let's speak about two things with this chapter this week. First thing, the samurai, one of the samurai, at least the main one who is speaking this chapter, looks a lot like Zoro. Let's get that out of the way one time. I'll throw up this picture here. So if you look at this picture here, you will see Zoro age 40 to 60 with things going good or things going bad. Of course, all images used for the thumbnail in this picture or colored pictures used throughout this video, the watermarks will remain on the picture, so you can go check out the artist's page on Twitter or DeviantArt. So all that there. I'll have the links to two of them down below. But yeah, so if you look at age 40 to 60 Zoro, if things go right, we notice that Zoro looks a lot unlike this one samurai who had the bandage around him, I guess, or the bandage wraps around one of his eyes, it seems, or above his eye. So yeah, that is the main samurai from this chapter, so I'm not sure who he is. But another thing to notice is when he pulls off his shirt to destroy the boulder, we see a symbol on his back. And that symbol looks a lot like this symbol here. And this symbol is the symbol that was on the dojo where Zoro came from, his master's dojo in Shimosuke Village, who was already announced to be a member of Wano, or the grandson of someone from Wano from way back in one of the River cards or SBSs. That being said, now we know where this symbol kind of originated from. And Zoro looks like the samurai in this chapter, so maybe there's a tie-in that this is Zoro's ancestor, dad, granddad, something to that effect. So we're getting subtle hints of Zoro's lineage, I guess. So yeah, hopefully in the next few chapters we get some more information, or maybe at the end of one, or we get the full revelation of what Zoro's relation is to the country exactly, and if he's related to anyone important, which I'm guessing he will be. But yeah, all in all, this was a very good chapter. Those are the two main points to spot in this chapter. The samurai's look or appearance, how close it seems to be to Zoro's, and then the symbol on his back, the tattoo. So yeah, again, all in all, good chapter. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all for the next review. Also, feel free to hit sub hit like. We're close to 200 subs, so let's get there today, hopefully. And I'll see you all in the next one.